Hebrews 11, verse 29. By faith, the people passed through the Red Sea on dry land. How did the people of Israel cross the Red Sea? By faith. Not by natural ability or engineering genius, but by faith, by trusting God's deliverance. The Israelites knew what it was like to be trapped and to see no way out. When Israelites left Egypt, the quickest and most direct route from Egypt to Canaan would have been along the rim of the Mediterranean Sea and then straight up to Canaan, the promised land. However, the Bible tells us that God did not lead them that way, and with good reason. That was the territory of the Philistines. The Philistines were a warring people, and God knew that if Israelites faced war right away, they would change their minds and head right back to Egypt. So instead, God led them around by the desert road towards the Red Sea. According to Exodus 14, God intentionally led the Israelites right to the edge of the sea, where they made a camp and waited. Meanwhile, back in Egypt, Pharaoh looks around, realizes that he has lost his entire slave labor, and decides to come after the Israelites himself in the desert. He takes 600 of his best chariots, along with all the other chariots in Egypt, and the whole army, horses and horsemen, officers, chariots, troops, and pursues the Israelites to catch up with them at the Red Sea. Now imagine for a moment that you are one of the Israelites in the situation. You look up and see Pharaoh and his entire army approaching. How would you feel? Trapped, isn't it? You can't go forward because of the Red Sea. You can't go back the way you came. Pharaoh and his army will block your retreat. Humanly speaking, there was no way out of this trap. Now it's important to understand that the way God opens still requires faith. Notice God did not just pick up the Israelites and deposit them safely on the other side of the sea. Verse 22 tells us the Israelites went through the sea on dry ground with a wall of water on their right and on their left. God created a passageway for them through the Red Sea, but they still had to walk that passage by faith. It must have taken tremendous faith for them to step into the dry bed of the Red Sea with the walls of water towering over them on the right and the left. Only God was holding those great walls of water back, and if He chose to let go at any time, there was nothing anyone can do to stop Him. When you're trapped by circumstances, God will make a way for you. But that way will still require faith on your part. Sometimes the way God opens up for you involves making hard decisions or taking great risks in order to do that which is right. Sometimes that means letting go of something that you hold dear in life. God never promises us an easy way, but He does promise us to make a way if you'll follow Him in faith. And most important of all, when you do follow God, God promises to go with us. We will never walk the path of faith alone. When you go with God, God promises to walk with you every step of the way. Jeremiah 15 verse 11 says, "Surely I will deliver you for a good purpose." Be blessed.